Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 3 of season 2 of Invincible. Now, Mark has made it to college, and on top of him getting busy with Amber, we also happen to go through a side story involving Alan the Alien, played once again by Seth Rogen. Basically, there's a mole among the Galactic Council, and Alan has to figure out who it is while also enjoying some time with his girlfriend Telia, played by Tatiana Maslany, and working with Thetis, played by Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime. But unfortunately, the Viltrumites get to him first, and they severely injure him in combat, because that's what Viltrumites do, as I'm sure you guessed. And Thetis proves to be less than trustworthy when it comes to how he handles Alan's body when he when he's alone with him in the hospital. I'll admit, having Peter Cullen play a more villainous character would be interesting, and I do think it's a good twist if he happens to be having the mole the whole time. Basically, he was just leading Alan on a trip to make him think that he's not the villain. But when we get back with Mark, we actually see him getting involved in a mission to go to an insect planet, because basically this insect played by Rob Delaney tells him that he needs to go to this planet to rescue his people who are about to be hit by a meteor shower. But instead, he finds that his father, Omni-Man, is the ruler of these insect people. So yeah, I guess he is back after his time in the Mortal Kombat universe. That's my best explanation as to where he's been since the end of season 1. But we also get a little bit more of Debbie as she gets to essentially attend a superhero support group for the spouses of dead heroes, one of whom happens to be the husband of Green Ghost, who was murdered by Omni-Man. So when the guy finds out that Debbie was his wife, he doesn't want to see her ever again. At the meetings, at the bar, nowhere. So yeah, Debbie's the last person I'd want to be right now, especially since she's still in the grieving process. Yeah, after most of these episodes being full of grief and full of anguish over the stuff that happened at the end of the first season, I guess it's time for everything to come to roost for the fourth episode, which will be the last one for this year, and we have to wait until next year before we get any more episodes. That's unfortunate, but that means this mid season finale could prove to be rather interesting if Mark ends up in a certain place at this point. It's also nice to see Robot and Monster Girl starting their dates, especially since Monster Girl can show Robot how to get around the fact that she looks like a little kid, especially when it comes to seeing horror films. That's actually pretty fun. Plus, we get an explanation as to why Duplicate and Immortal are a thing. Immortal understands the feeling of death, which, considering Duplicate can create more of herself, and the copies of her have died in the past, she thinks that makes him a person who knows her the most. Then again, that does seem like it's the most logical explanation I can come up with. Both of them have experienced the feeling of death, yet are still alive, in their own ways. I suppose that makes sense as to why they didn't come up with a connection with each other, but it's still kind of a weird relationship. But I think the show knows that. So, anyways, how's this all gonna fit together, and how is Omni Man gonna treat his son after he almost killed him last time? Well, we'll see for next week, and hopefully it leaves us itching for more for next year. See you next time.